And welcome to the Destiny Nerds, episode 20. This is episode 20. And
wow,
I'm really pumped to be here. I can't believe we made it 20 episodes. I thought we'd make it 2 and we would all die. I'm just kidding. I want to...
What? I like zoned out for a second and heard that. What?
I'm just kidding. Anyways, we have an awesome episode tonight. It was a crazy week in Destiny. But first, let me introduce my co-hosts, and then we'll introduce this amazing guest we have because we want to talk to him about his journey and his awesomeness and how he got such beautiful hair or a face or all that good stuff, or the nice tan that he has. I don't know, all the above. Anyways, up first is good old Maddox. Why don't you tell us who you are?
What's up, gamers? My name is Maddox. Stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Maddox.
Yeah, look,
now,
I changed it.
Longer,
it says
no
it
longer have the placeholders. I'm really excited about that. And then you can also catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Maddox on Twitch.
Hype.
So we stream PvP, scrims, trials help on the weekends, baby.
Yo.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I got my second shot today, so that's why I'm not on camera. So I do apologize. But normally I'm a PvE guy. I actually was on my girl's account a lot this week because she wasn't quite to 1300 recommended level, and I got so desperate that I jumped into comp, guys.
Wow.
I jumped into comp.
Oh, be careful.
Proud of you.
You might fall in love with it.
I had to do comp too.
We won. They're both sweaty matches. Came down to the last match in each of the go-arounds. But yeah, it was sweaty. But other than that, I don't have a better placeholder name than Maddox, unfortunately. So yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome.
Well,
yeah. Do you want to introduce our guest? This is your.
I would love to. This is the homie, man.
He's our friend, our great friend. But
he is.
You met him first, so you can announce him.
Yeah, I met this gentleman a little over a year ago. Whooped his ass in trials. Had the great old TTV in his name, and I checked him out. And
hey, so did you?
Since, so
no.
And
I won that game.
That's absolute cap. I wonder if you have. Can we have videos of that? I don't know if we ever have.
He's got to have receipts. Come on.
Because that's seriously how we met. It was Dead Cliffs, and we saw TTV AverageMatty, and went and looked him up, and just literally the coolest guy ever since. And I think I subbed to him or whatever because I thought he was so cool. And then we have a streak going now.
Same day.
Yeah, and it's just been an everlasting love since then. So welcome, bro.
Hey, dude,
we're joining the podcast.
We're pumped that you're here. I appreciate. So one thing I appreciate about Matty is his attention to detail. If you can tell, he has a very nice camera, and I appreciate that. It's lit nicely. The coloring's nice. There's lots of bokeh.
Do you like my sticker?
Oh my god.
Who's that?
What the heck?
Hey.
What is that?
What the heck is that, bro?
Why is that on there?
When I have to go to the bathroom real quick, he makes sure that Shad is doing
looking after chat.
Creative.
He's a little weird sometimes.
That's
I feel
creative.
that.
Well, dude, we want to know about you. I know you've been growing like crazy over the past year, and I'd love to know how it started. When did you start streaming? When did this journey of streaming begin?
Okay, so December, right before the pandemic happened, I had a good month at work. We were understaffed, and I was able to make some more money. And I was like, you know what? I always wanted to try out streaming. I have a buddy I used to play with a lot, and because he's not really playing as much anymore, I was like, maybe I could start streaming, and he could watch, and he can hang out. We can kind of hang out still, even though he's not playing games with me anymore, because I did have to move. So I got myself a PC. I had a little webcam. I had a little desk. I was in the corner of my room, and he hung out in my stream every time. And from January to May, I learned how to use OBS. OBS was pretty intimidating, as new streamers are. It's I had to go on YouTube. I was looking up videos.
Yep.
A lot of Harris Heller, that I don't know if you guys have seen.
Love that dude.
Oh yeah.
All his stuff.
He helped me out tremendously as far as what to do, how to do things, and slowly but surely I got comfortable, and so May, I went, okay, I know how to stream, I know how to use OBS, I got these overlays, I got these alerts, I think I know what I'm doing. Let's make a schedule and let's do this, right? So I think I started streaming 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, and I had TTV in my name, and I was streaming Destiny. And slowly over the course of, I think, 2 months, I went from, like, 4 viewers to 7 viewers to 10 viewers. And I think it was at a certain point where I was gaining a little more traction. I think I was hanging around 15, 16 people, and I was insanely excited. I mean, I think right when I hit 10 subscribers, I was like, this is it. Funny enough, like right when I hit 10, I went, this is it. This is what I want to do. I'm going to go full force ahead. And I got really lucky. I got with a great clan. I got with Talent Show, and that helped me out a lot. I got to start doing PvP and trials with some other streamers that were a little more established than I was, and they showed me the ropes. And I went from 16 to 30, 30 to 32, and right before Beyond Light, I had to do a move. So we dipped down. I got really frustrated with the state of Destiny, so I went, you know what? I'm watching a lot of Ludwig. Have you guys ever seen Ludwig?
Mm-hmm.
I never watched him, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, I want to go variety. I want to do variety. So we did variety for 2 months, had to take a 2-month break. And I think it was the beginning of March. I was like, I think I want to come back to Destiny. And man, I couldn't be more grateful. I had my community come back in full force, and an even bigger group that came in, and we kind of went from, down to up to where we are now, and I couldn't be more appreciative. I also think AverageMatty helped. I don't know if you guys ever saw.
Dude, explain that.
I would absolutely love to hear about that. A lot of people don't know what that is, so.
So for those of you guys in chat and you guys here with me, if you guys don't know what AverageMatty is, it got to a point where I'm a PvP player, and there's a lot of cheaters in the game, and there's these websites that sell cheats, and I said, you know what, it'd be really fun to make a website, make a video that kind of sells these fake cheats, but at the same time I'm talking shit about cheaters. So it kind of goes like, do you come from a good family but always dreamed of being a piece of shit? And like, well, we have the thing for you, So I thought it'd be a great idea. I thought the community would like it, and it kind of grew more than I thought it would. I thought it'd be a joke amongst friends. So I got lucky there, more or less.
That's hilarious. I remember when you first dropped that. You said you were working on it for like 2 months, I think you said. Like working on all literally like making a brand almost. I mean, that's fantastic. That's so funny.
I had this, I think someone in my chat was like, Matty, like, are you using your average cheats? And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. So I wrote a script. I reached out to a guy, an editor. I was like, hey, do you think you could do this? Like, I have a green screen. And so I put on a suit, and like I tested like a test shot. I sent it to him. He's like, yeah, this works. I'm like, cool. So I wrote more of a script, and I filmed it. I sent it to him, and we had so many ideas back and forth, and the final product just ended up being just like beyond, man. And then the website came.
It was beautiful,
dude.
There's a whole website too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, the best part is it just links to your YouTube channel. I saw what you did there, bro.
It leads to the Twitch. So like, if you go buy now on the first page, it goes to my Twitch. If you go to the buy now section of the website, it goes to my sub page.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god.
That's what I thought. I noticed that.
They're paying for cheats, but they just subbed.
They just subbed you on YouTube.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Bro,
The concept of it is just hilarious because you are just taking a jab at those people that cheat.
So where did why is AverageMatty your name? Like, you're not average at all.
When I first started streaming, I was very scared. I was scared. I was new to mouse and keyboard, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna try to stream, and I don't know if I'm gonna be Shroud, and I know you use controller too, but I know I wanted to get an M&K, and I was scared because I knew that there's a lot
of... It's beautiful.
Well, I know there's a lot of cracked players. I know that the big guys, Ninja, Shroud, and a lot of other guys, are really good at the game, and I was nervous that maybe I'll start streaming, I'll never get to that point. So if I'm bad, it's in the name. but if I'm good,
Right.
then I'm just teasing.
I'm just
So you
teasing.
just pretty much like, what's the word I'm like? You like, it was a win-win for you either way. Like,
Either way I win the situation.
just embrace the meme, or like, hey, you
Yeah.
know, that's
If someone comes in my chat, hey man, you're really dog water. Oh, are you surprised?
Just look at the name, dude.
It's in the name.
I love it.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I keep doing this on episodes. I'm clanless currently. Do you guys want to recruit me to your clan like right now on the podcast? I keep
talking
asking
about
people,
So what's this?
and no one says
Send this
anything back.
every podcast.
Are you average aim sponsorship?
What?
There you go.
Are you talking about like an average aim sponsorship?
No, your
Thinking
Destiny
about it.
clan. But I already
a
have an
talent show.
Average Aim sponsorship. You just don't know about it yet.
You gotta send him a DM.
I guess slide in those DMs, man.
See, this is how.
Luke, bearded Luke of Talent Show.
You're looking for, send me a DM. I'm sure I can put in a good word.
There you go.
This man's beard is.
Thanks.
Flawless. Something I
Cool.
could never come up with.
All right, so let's move into this. I got two more questions, and there's a lot of cool stuff that happened this week. We want to talk about Destiny, but I'm really pumped that
absolutely.
Maddie's here because Maddie's going to be on this again eventually. So this won't be your only episodes, but we only get to talk about this stuff like in depth once. What I want to talk about how you started gaming, like in general, and then also Destiny. So we'll talk about Destiny second. But what did you play first? Like, what was your first console or device or
First ever
gaming
game?
anything? Yeah, like when was that? Do you know?
I was very, very young. I'm pretty sure it was a PlayStation. No, it was before that. I had a Nintendo. I had a Nintendo 64, and I played a lot of GoldenEye. James
Oh
Bond.
wow.
GoldenEye. I played that with friends a lot. As time went on, I think I got a Sega Dreamcast. I played a game called Power Stone. See, this is
Power Stone. Ooh.
okay. Thank God. I was like, this is probably something that no one's gonna know.
I'm old. I'm 38 years old. I know what Power Stone is.
Great. I played a game called Power Stone. I played Sonic the Hedgehog. Was very into gaming. As time went on, I got the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and I think it was around after PlayStation 2 I got an Xbox. I played so many of the Xbox games. I would go to Blockbuster all the time with my dad, and I try to pick out
Now,
games.
chat, Blockbuster was a video store where you could actually go.
Yeah, there was a video store, and you would go, and there'd be like, the games, and if there was
Friday nights were beautiful.
yeah, if there was a cassette behind the picture, that means they had it, and you can take it to the front.
Right.
I would always try to get like M-rated games. My dad would always get so mad, but he would always break and he'd get it. So I'd play games like Hitman. Then the Xbox 360 came out, and that's where my gamer tag came from. So I don't know if anyone in chat ever played against me in Trials and went on Guardian Theater. You'd see that my name isn't AverageMatty. It's it's on your face 112. And that's because when I first got an Xbox 360, Call of Duty 3 was vibing, and what was big back then? Teabagging. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. So Xbox 360, Xbox One, Gears of War. I mean, man, I played a lot. I played a lot of games since a very young age. So
That's awesome, dude.
I'm in it to win it, man.
You're a gamer.
Gamer.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
You look
Do you
like
want me
you'd
to
be.
step back?
You look. Yeah, go back there and stand up. Just do it.
Okay, hold on.
This is what it's come to now. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, look at this guy. I'm gonna give him a hug,
T-pose.
and it's gonna be funny because I'm gonna be like to his belly button because I'm so short. Just kidding.
I don't know if you guys can, like, I don't have like a ruler or anything. I'm 6 foot.
We believe you.
Yeah, there is a rule.
Somewhat.
You have to be 6 foot or above. Are those Uggs?
I got Ugg slippers.
Of course,
I wanted-
this guy has Ugg slippers. You must
wanted
live
to show
somewhere
you guys-
bougie.
Dude. Yeah, nice LA life, bro.
I live in LA. I got rings on. I got.
His apartment costs
Italian living in
$5,000 a
LA,
month.
bro.
Yeah, it's $2,000 a month. I live in a 700 square foot apartment.
Good lord.
The
He's
life.
just laughing as he's like just waiting for his
Yeah,
bills.
he
to-
also makes like 400K a year. I'm just kidding.
Oh god.
Hey,
Yeah,
all right.
If you guys want to just like throw me $1 or maybe a
Right.
coffee.
Just move to Ohio. You can buy a big house for
There you go.
2K a month. All right, so let's talk about Destiny. Well, what's your Destiny story? How'd you start this game? Like, what got you into it? Did you like were you committed since day one, or did you get in it
Yeah.
during D2? Like,
No, it was. I remember the day too. We saw the ads. Me and my buddy Chance. We saw the ads for Destiny 1, and it was a midnight release. It was the beta, and the beta was released at midnight, and I missed that so much. Even with movies too. That's a whole different subject. But at midnight, me and my friend played the beta, and I think I replayed the beta. Like the beta was, I think just like one story mission and like the tower.
Strike.
Like,
Yep.
it was a strike. It was
Strike.
like,
Yeah.
Servitor or whatever.
It was Devil's Lair.
Taste. And I
Yeah.
remember I kept replaying it, and I was like, I can't wait. So we bought the game. We waited more months, and the game came out, and man, we played so much Destiny 1, and man, a lot of trials. A lot of trials back then. So I do miss the good old D1 days. You know, to say it too, as well as some of the old D1 streamers. I don't know if you guys used to watch like Real Crafty, stuff like that back then. He brought his parents through trials, like his parents don't even game, and trials is supposed to be so difficult, and his mom's like, "What do I do?" And he's like, "Mom, just stay there. I got this." He just like, I don't know. I really do miss those times. So,
Did you think back onto Destiny 1 and you're just like, God, man, it was just the good old days, you know?
huge nostalgia.
It was so new. It was just like
It was just such a unique game when it came out. It's just like, it was beautiful.
I think it like, you know, there was times where like it was rough, you know, like I do remember farming for materials. Do you guys remember that?
Yes,
Like,
the sword quests.
if you needed 25 relic irons just to upgrade it once, you had to go around Mars for like 3 hours.
Yep. Loop. Do the loop.
Better put on that whatever it was to
They didn't
find
buy
them
it.
quicker.
Materials, yeah. Yep.
I don't think they had them in the beginning. I think it came on later on in D1, but like, yeah, just, like
Yeah. You had to listen out for that. You had to turn your audio cues on because you could hear them shining or whatever.
yeah. I'm like, I found one. Like,
Yeah, and then with the exotic sword quests, or whatever, and you needed to go around and find the 10 like specialty ones or whatever.
yeah,
Bro, with how terrible that was, it was still such a great feeling because like you worked towards your stuff that you needed, you know, instead of just buying the materials.
I'm the goal trying to get the perfect roll on grass off of Malak.
Yeah,
I got
Like-
Gjallarhorn on Omnil.
Yeah.
you did. Nice.
I screamed.
Oh, I'm sure.
I got my
I
first
got-
horn in a Nightfall against Golgoroth.
Yeah, I mean, I got it whenever like I didn't know what it was, you know, and she's like, "Oh, I got this thing, rocket launcher," and then 2 months later, I'm like, "Oh, this is the best thing in the
this
game.
is the best gun. Bro,
This is the best thing ever, bro."
bro, I remember grinding. I used to think this was grinding. You remember the Vanguard like levels? Like you would get your Vanguard rank up,
yes.
and then you could buy vendor like legendary gear. I remember grinding to get to level 2 on my Vanguard so I could buy a legendary armor piece. And I was like,
Yeah.
I did it. I got to level 2. Like I grinded hard for like 2 hours today.
Now they just hand it to you. Like,
You were going and getting all your bounties for the day, waiting for the daily reset to get your next bounties.
You know what I miss the most though is
Arms
the
Day?
cheeses. No, not Arms Day. The cheeses. Like there would be like Golgoroth. There'd be a crazy nightfall, and like if you just stood behind this for one rock and just kind of like pinched yourself, you could.
Yeah, you
snipe
could-
it.
Yes. You have to be aware of the thrall that were coming towards you or something like that.
Yeah. Or like you could like do something from the doorway, or like you know, back in the old D1, you could like push off Atheon.
Oh yeah, my first two raid clears ever. Atheon, my first raid clears. Someone needed help because I'm a warlock main. They needed help pushing Atheon off the ledge, so they had me in. That was my first completion. And then for Crota, Ethernet, pull the Ethernet cord was my first ever completion.
And you would
So
just
like,
sit there, and you would like.
yep.
God.
Well, you guys mentioned the topic for the night.
Yeah,
and that
let's
was
just
Atheon.
transition to like what happened.
You guys mentioned we this week in Destiny 2 we got the reprised version of Vault of Glass. And if that doesn't excite a Destiny player, then I don't know what will, because if that is not one of the most beautiful raids to ever come to this game, then oh my goodness, was it so much fun. I think we all talked about day 1 was less than 12 hours ago. And how was it for you guys?
I'll go last.
I'll go first. I'll go first because mine's not interesting at all. I unfortunately
Yeah, well, you got You had work and stuff.
Yeah, so like the last 2 raids, Garden and DSC, I got to attempt day 1. It's like, since I did that, before those 2, I like never got to attempt day 1 because I always had a wedding to film or whatever, and I got lucky for Garden, and then last year I didn't have any weddings because of COVID. But I kind of hate that I got to witness what it's like to be a part of day 1 raids, because then I was really butthurt that I couldn't do it yesterday. I wasn't like actually upset about it. I was like, I saw that GIF or that meme or whatever where it's like, it's from SpongeBob and it's Squidward looking through his window and Patrick and SpongeBob are like running around.
They're like out there frolicking.
That's like literally what I felt like. And Allie showed that. Even my wife showed that to me. She's like, "That's you." I'm like,
"Oh no."
So I filmed a wedding. It was a sweet wedding, and I made good money. What I did do is I did get to kind of help. So some of my buds, DC and his team, they were like struggling and stuck on Atheon. I was like, hey, if you guys need an extra guy, I'm done with this wedding. So like it was like I got done at the wedding at like midnight. So then I played with them for 3 hours. We got to like 3 damage phases. And I had to go to bed because I then had to work on Sunday morning. I worked at church. I had to work at 7. So I really didn't have any chance to play it, which stunk. But I was very happy to watch. Like, I like to watch all my friends do it. Like, I actually wasn't jealous or anything. I was really pumped for everyone. I just wished that I could have spent all day playing it, because it's fun. Yeah. I just got to do it before. It's a fun atmosphere. The feeling of like everyone's trying to get it. Like, people are getting their loot. People are figuring stuff out. Like, I'm really mad though, to be honest, and we'll talk about this later. I just tweeted right before this, like, I was wondering, I'm a seal boy. Everybody knows that. I like to get all my seals done. That's all I'm worried about. I don't freaking care if I have fun in this game. I just want to get my seals done. I'll even have people do them for me if I have to. But anyways, the seal for this has challenges built into it, and apparently the challenges from the challenge mode on day 1, if you did that, they're already done for you. But for common folk like me who couldn't raid for 12 hours on day 1, have to wait until June 15th to do them. I think that's annoying, but that's all I have to say. Other than that, it was the most beautiful thing I've seen in Destiny 2 in a long time, especially on PC and 1440p at 150 FPS with the FOV of 105. Like, the Atheon room looked massive. The colors are like this new vibrant blue. They got, it's not as green. The like going to Mars and Venus was just like, dude, it blew. I'm pumped about it because that's one of my favorite raids, and they changed it enough to make it feel more like it's part of the Destiny 2. And it's cool to put the Destiny. I really enjoyed putting the Destiny 2 sandbox into this raid, like the way that the supers work and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I didn't get to finish day 1, but then today, Matt, I had like a 3-hour span of time, and I hit up Maddox, and he got a team together faster than I think anyone has ever done. And then we finished it in like an hour and a half. Like, we flew through that thing. It was so fun. It was so easy the day after.
Vault of Glass is just like you said. What you literally just said with the D2 spin on it, basically. Not only with the different changes of like how the oracles work and just the different vibe to it, it just was beautiful. It was, the contest mode was hard enough to where people struggled, but also like a lot of people finished it. It has a new spin on it, like I said, with the oracles being different, all the different loot, and just the different scenarios you have to come up with. And then you throw yourself into challenge mode. Oh my god, dude, it was just a blast. Honestly, no matter how long it took us, I told myself, I told the team that I was raiding with, I was like, dude, we're finishing this, whether we have to stay here or not. Like, not only is this just a fun experience in itself, being on day 1 trying to do some of the hardest stuff in the game, and with it looking so beautiful as well too.
Yeah,
it's so fun, man. It truly is.
How was your day 1 experience though? Like, you guys finished it, so talk about that.
Right, yeah. So we got through. We had one person blind, one person that was actually streaming it, never saw VOG, didn't play D1. So we kind of let her kind of figure out a little bit of the mechanics on her own. Then we would like, tippy toe and wither and kind of show her and just like, what's an oracle? And we're just like, okay, this is an oracle and stuff like that. This is what's gonna happen. This is how we split up and different things like that. And she did fantastic. She enjoyed it. We got a little overwhelmed because some people were getting, we're dying on stupid things. It was contest mode. We were all under light. So, but we finished normal, I think around like 7 hours, 7.5 hours or so, majority of it being on Atheon. because the damage, dude, your damage with contest mode so far, with both raids that I've done day one, has to be perfect. I mean, you have to have the right debuffs, the right buffs, the right supers, everything. And we went at it with like a well, a bubble, a chaos reach, and 2 golden guns, and it had to be 4 flawless like phases, and we got it done, and then hopped into challenge mode and just try to figure out what the challenges were. And yeah, we looked them up, but still, it was just fun, man. We had to do. I've never hot swapped double slugs before, so that was fun, seeing how difficult PvE can actually be sometimes. Feel like my arms are broken in game because I can't switch a shotgun quick enough.
Oh my god.
And then just the loot, man. Fatebringer came out, Vision of Confluence, and then just seeing one of our buddies in our clan got Vex Mythoclast, and dude, it's some of the best loot in the game. And then you can re-grind it as well too, which is even better. You can literally buy your loot at the end of the raid. So I enjoyed it.
I didn't know that.
You can. Yep. You finish the raid and you can buy the loot that you get with.
Yeah, I was trying to buy Fatebringer today, but I just got another Vision. Boo.
Yeah.
Wait. So I can get Vex at a certain point?
No.
Just buy it?
No, you have to. You can only buy stuff that you've gotten in the loot pool. So I've gotten Fatebringer, I've gotten the LMG, I've gotten Vision, and I've gotten the rocket launcher. So at the end, you can basically just re-roll it, but you have to have the spoils of conquest or whatever they're called to. Same thing from the DSC raid. So
I see. Okay, that's very cool.
But it was overall, man, it was fun. Again, a day one experience on a raid is like no other in any other video game, in my opinion. And
I agree.
Just
I'm with you.
Being able to complete it and have fun doing it with your friends and seeing all your other friends, attack it as well too. It's just fantastic feeling, to be honest.
It's very fun. I want to get it clear eventually. I'm still
You
salty
will.
about
One,
DSC last year, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna talk about it. I've overdone that talk.
All right.
What was your experience? So, Matty, you said you took on day one as well too, but
yeah. So I went in with some friends, a couple of my mods, my lovely mods, and we picked up 2 people from I just posted on Twitter. I was like, hey, if anyone wants to join us, we need 2 more. I took it for what I had to do. I took it too lightly because I knew I wasn't streaming that day, just so that I could try to get through it as fast as possible, get a few weapons, and then try to get a YouTube video out same day.
Right.
What ended up happening was we kind of struggled on the first boss. Had a lot of fun, but the first boss took about 4 hours. We got it done. We got through the maze. We got the chest, and right around that time, because we started at 10, it was 7 at night, and I was like,
wow.
I hate to say it, but I have to go. I have to go. I have to try to get a video out immediately, or else I'm going to be behind. So I did end up, tweeting out my Discord, getting them a 6th, and then actually hitting up one of your clanmates, Hertz, who had Vex.
Yeah.
He made the video,
bastard.
and then I got that video out this morning. So I'm happy I got it done. It's just sometimes keeping up with YouTube is the priority.
Of course.
Dude, I was gonna say before this, because me and you are in that YouTube Discord where it's just a bunch of crazy smart.
It's a secret. Hey, that's a secret Discord.
Okay, never mind. It's
You
not
can't
real.
talk about it.
Yeah,
No,
right.
just-
It's literally like a bunch of people critiquing and criticizing each other in a good way to help each other get better at being YouTubers.
Yeah.
But I noticed that you posted a Vex video instantly, which was smart because you know how it is. You got to beat the algorithm because there's going to be
right away.
There's going to be 10 other people posting that immediately. Like Rick Cactus posted his VOG walkthrough, and it's popping off. It's got 300,000 views already. But that's not easy. Like people don't realize it takes. You have to miss out on good stuff just to get these videos out quickly. You know what I mean? Like they're playing and having fun. You're playing for a little bit, getting some recordings done, and then working on the thumbnail and editing.
So you didn't think it was going to take that long anyway, so you thought you probably have plenty of time.
I don't think
7 hours.
anybody thought VOG was going to take that long, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys were hitting me up Luke, whenever we finish ours, we'll log into your account and get you the seal.
Because Luke was talking about how he wasn't able to do it. But then nobody knew that VOG was going to the day one emblem was going to come from the challenge mode either. Mm-hmm. We knew that you had to complete the challenge mode for World's First and stuff like that. But nobody had the idea that the day one emblem was going to come from that. So I'm over here like telling my friend, oh dude, don't worry about day one. If you can't do it, I got you. Me and my friends are doing recovs all night, blah 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 blah. 12 hours later, and I'm dead ass tired, and we just finished our run. I'm like, bro, there's no chance I can stay up any later than this. Holy moly. Just like, I feel like I just got my shot from from my vaccine, because it just, dude, my shoulders were heavy. I'm just like, just sitting there looking half dead on my computer. And then I'm thankful Luke got at least a shot to even see on day one as well.
Yeah,
too,
I was happy to
helping
pop in there at least. I
Yeah.
didn't think I was gonna. I was like, dude, there's no way I can. I was watching at the wedding in between in between shots. I had my phone up and I was like, all right, where are they at? Oh dang, okay, that's how. Oh dang, this is way harder than I thought. Oh, I was on Twitter looking and stuff. Like the photographer had to be confused because like at one point I was just in the corner and I'm watching Twitch with my camera like held up against me. Just like, what is this guy watching in the middle of a wedding day?
Such a professional.
Now, Havoc, you're the PvE guy on the podcast. Let's hear your experience with day one so far.
Man. All right, so give a little context behind all this before I get flamed. So I'm all about PvE. D1 dude, D1 Alpha day one. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I gotta build myself up because it's gonna be a quick fall here. So, love my clan. We've always raided with each other. Did VOG tons of times back on D1. So, going into this one, we never did a day one raid before. We never did, the contest mode. So, the schedules didn't align. My clanmates, they're not streamers or content creators. They're everyday people. So, they basically go around when I stream. So, we decided, we're not meant for doing world's first run, but like let's at least try to experience, a day one raid. So we started at my time when I stream at 9 p.m. Central, and so I watched before all that. I watched the raid, leading up to it, just to see what I'm getting myself into, and see if there was any changes. And of course, there were some changes, unexpected changes, and I see a lot of people struggling. And I knew going into it, I'm like, all right, we're probably going to struggle. I'd be happy if we just got to Atheon. Now, I would have felt like a moral victory. If we could just get to Atheon, moral victory, right? So, I mentioned earlier, my lady, she wasn't at the recommended level before all this. So, like, beginning of the week, I neglected my account. I was on her account nonstop, doing all her powerfuls and pinnacles, got her over 1,300. I even jumped into comp, which was interesting. So everyone was above the recommended level. We're getting into this. Again, the game looks beautiful. I play on PS5. Looked beautiful on 4K. Drop on in. I know what to expect. Do the 3 plates. Worry about the Cyclops that keeps spawning. Can one-shot you, basically. I hear you guys' stories. How you guys experienced getting weapons and armor and all these things, and then how you guys actually were able to walk into said vault of glass.
Yeah, bro.
We didn't even get into the door.
Oh no.
For the first hour, we were destroyed.
Bro.
Not only were our guardians destroyed, the morale after an hour was destroyed. So badly that we all agreed, you know what? Let's go jump into Iron Banner.
Maybe it's Iron Banner.
I think I looked and saw you were on. I got on my PS5 to play Iron Banner before I played with my friends, and you guys. I was like, I bet they're raiding. I look, you guys are just in a 6-stack playing Iron Banner. I'm like, they're doing the wrong thing.
It was the best fun I ever had because all the sweaty PvPers were doing Vault of Glass. We were mowing every single team we came across. It was fun.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
destroyed. And we're not hardcore raiders. I mean, we raid. We've done it for years. I don't want to call it casual, but we raid. That's our main thing that we do as a clan mostly is raid. But we never did day one contest, and we are not for that life. So for you guys to sit there and do it, you guys are a different breed, man. You guys are built different. Even though Luke can never freaking complete it, but still.
Shut up. I'm gonna complete it one of these days, bro. I'm gonna get on a team that's gonna help me complete it.
At least
I'm gonna be so happy for Luke when he gets a day 1 emblem, bro. I'm gonna be so ecstatic.
Fall will be his raid.
I am talented enough to do it. I swear my life.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get it one of
Absolutely.
these. That's why I get so mad when I don't get it. 'Cause
Matty
I'm like,
too.
Yeah, same
So
with
next
Matty.
week in my clan, obviously contest mode will be off. We'll be fine.
Let's get it.
So
Yeah, we ran me, Luke, and some friends ran through non-contest, and it was just a breeze.
people, yeah, it's a
One
breeze
phase Templar, like instantly
Yeah.
melted him.
It was, and it's but that didn't take away from the experience, though, in my opinion. Like, even though the raid itself is 10 times easier now, it's still such a fun raid.
Now it makes me wonder what the master difficulty is or whatever it's going to be like. Will it
Oh,
be?
it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be kind of
I
curious. on
wonder
how
if
that's
it's
gonna go.
just gonna be contests with challenges. That sounds like master to me.
Well, that's
Do you
what
remember
that's
back
what
in Q1?
day 1 challenge mode was contest with all the challenges. So I mean, and granted, people finished that within 4 hours. So I don't know. I think more champions. I think there might be.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, harder enemies, maybe your more yellow bars, because towards the end of Atheon, there was the yellow bar harpies. I wonder if there's gonna be more yellow bar harpies, like with oracles or the Templar and stuff like that. Templar is gonna maybe teleport quicker or something like that. I don't know.
Harpies with overshields or like the.
It's just
what are they-
50 wyverns and that's it.
That's it. Just every enemy is a
They're-
wyvern.
Much story, even though it ended up ending bad, but the experience that we just kind of like laughed it off, like
Yeah.
yes.
I
will
will
say-
say, you guys remember back in D1 there was the what did they call it? It was like the harder mode.
Just hard mode.
Hard
Well,
mode.
it was
There's normal and hard.
Hard mode.
Yep.
I
In
remember
DT,
there
they
was-
called it prestige sometimes.
Yeah.
It was just hard mode,
Leviathan.
and I think what I remember was just like there was like hundreds of Vex and hundreds of Fanatics, and they would just like there would be a wave of them, and you would jump up into like a little cubby, like it was like a cheese.
Yep. Try to hide, you gotta hide from the fanatics. Yep.
Yeah, and like eventually they'd all just despawn, and then you'd come down, do damage, and then run back up.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that again, it's gonna be nuts. But
They blocked it off, thank goodness.
honestly, the raid I'm waiting for is Crota.
Really?
Okay, no, here's the thing. You know, I'm gonna piggyback off that real quick. So people were thinking, you know, it'd be a perfect dungeon, but the way they, I guess we could call this a remix of VOG, what they can do and add to it, I think Crota could be actually redeem itself to be an actual raid with the way they could change some of the mechanics and actually make it difficult. So yeah, I would definitely say that.
Was it Crota, or am I thinking of Oryx, the one that we unplugged?
Oryx is King's Fall.
King's Fall.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
About.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're all
think
ready
better.
for that.
Much better.
I miss that. I miss the old D1 raids. I think Oryx and the raid, the Vault of Glass, is probably my 2 favorite raids in the entire both games.
You shouldn't say Spire of Stars. Thank you.
Oh God.
Nobody likes that.
No, like I don't know. In Destiny 2, I never really got too hard into raids, just because it didn't have the same feel as D1. Maybe I'm wrong.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was. I'll piggyback off that in just a minute. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Were you finished?
I was finished.
It was
Okay, so when you said that, they didn't have the same feeling. And I agree with that statement, because one, with Spire of Stars, Leviathan, and what was the other one? Eater. They had the same like loot pool. You could only get 2 guns from Eater and Spire. So it felt like one big loot pool for 3 raids. Whenever in D1 you had every single gun type, you had every single pair of armor, you had a ghost shell, you had a ship, you had all this loot to get from one raid, and then you had hard mode loot as well too, and it was harder to get. It was less drops. You had a Vex Mythic class, and you had all the other stuff to get from that. That is why I agree with that statement, because there was a lot more loot to get from one raid, and the loot was worth it.
Yeah.
Well,
From Spire?
I don't think anyone ever spoke about the armor for Vault, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
it's
it.
well, it's the same. Don't get me wrong, but it's fantastic. I mean, and then they have the mods that you can use as well too to make shooting oracles easier, to make like just different things. I haven't even looked at a lot of the mods yet.
I haven't looked at any.
The VOG weapons had the Oracle disruptor on the built into the weapon. Now they're mods that you could just built into your mod.
Right, that you have to put on actual, you have to put on actual pieces of armor, but it only goes on VOG armor, so it makes VOG armor actually useful.
Yep.
And that's good because there's literally back in, you know, earlier Destiny 2, it didn't matter what piece of armor you had on. You could still just put the mod on the raid armor on that mod.
Yes,
or the mod on that raid armor, excuse me.
You know, and everything. Yeah, you want to wear the VOG armor to better maximize your loadout.
Exactly.
I'll put it this way. I'm a big believer in Destiny players. We need something that we can get that we can brag about, right? Everything is more or less a flex. So when we used to do raids back in D1, you get the full armor. That looked really cool. We had Shadow White, right? We had the raid weapons. Not only that, I remember there was a ship that came from, I think it was the hard mode Oryx raid, that like looked so gross and it looked like skin. You remember that? Like,
yep.
And I was like, "Whoa, you got that?" You know, and it's like the closest thing I think we have to that is probably the ship and the Sparrow from Trials.
Yeah.
Right? And then I don't really know much else. I mean, as far as GMs, I guess just like the Adept Palindrome and stuff like that, but
right.
We need more bragging rights. We need stuff that's hard to get that we can flex on new lights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and like when you had what was it? Everybody when you had Glowhoo and stuff like that, and you were sitting in the tower in Destiny 1 with Glowhoo on, people were like,
"Whoa,
oh my god,
ornaments, armor
what
ornaments
the
on it.
frick is that?" You know?
Listen, I enjoyed December because December, Christmas time came around. Little kids were gifted Destiny 2, right? They were running around, and I enjoyed not only stomping on them, but flexing my armor and my weapons. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that anymore. It's free. So I need more stuff to flex on, you know, obviously the cheaters.
So it's the ego game for you now.
It's
basically
always been about the ego game.
PvPer.
It's always about the ego, you know.
Well, it's always nice to have something in the game that you have that shows the time and money and blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into this, you know, into this. And you can't just flex your Steam hours or whatever. Like it'd be nice to have cosmetics like, hey, play the game for 1,500 hours, and here's a,
That was one of the most horrendous, exciting, adrenaline-filled weapons to get, because you had to go into Gambit.
And pain in the ass too.
The meatball, if the meatball popped up, and
it was like,
invaded, your heart would immediately race. And if someone invaded and saw it was the meatball before they got theirs, they would immediately tell their team, and their team would all of a sudden go turbo mode, and everyone needed to kill this meatball. It took me like 15 meatballs, and they came once every blue moon.
Yeah, they never showed up for a while.
Yeah, so when you ended up getting a gun like Malfeasance, oh my goodness, dude, it made you feel good. It made you feel like, wow.
We just need moments like that, man. And you don't get a lot of moments like that in Destiny 2, honestly. That's what sucks.
That's true.
I mean, Adept Palindrome, I guess, with like that's one of the guns that everyone wanted, right?
Palindrome, come on, really?
And Igneous, and then Igneous Hammer, you know, and like that's like the last two weapons that I remember. It's like people were like, oh, I need it.
Yeah.
I want it. And now maybe it's Vex. I don't know. We're still, I mean, we're less than 24 hours, but I'd assume so.
I just still can't get over so I still remember the day that I got Suros in D1. And I dropped my controller. I was literally sitting at the foot of my bed, and I did a random Prison of Elders. Because I didn't get it when it was badass. I didn't get it when it was like the gun to have, when auto rifles were the best in, you know, the vanilla Destiny.
Elders. Oh my god.
And I finished a random Prison of Elders, and it just dropped. And I'm like, oh my god. And my girlfriend's behind me, and she's like, what? I was like, I cannot. I dropped my controller, and I'm screaming. I'm like, oh my god, freaking out. I finally got the gun that everybody's going crazy about, whatever. Like, and it's then I just haven't done that with Destiny. I mean, other than maybe, like you said, an Igneous Hammer and just different things like that, like maybe getting a God Roll shotgun or something like that. I don't know.
This is my honest opinion, right? I think the biggest mistake that Destiny ever did, as far as Destiny 2, is they started handing out blues aggressively, right? Like I don't even want them. Don't give them to me, right? They're giving out legendaries pretty often. Very, very often, actually. Like if you just play a comp game, you're getting a frozen orbit like every other game.
Yeah.
And then exotics are no longer exciting to get. No, I'll get an exotic drop. I will leave that little bastard in my postmaster for like a week. And then if it gets pushed out, I really don't care because it's like, well, I have everything. Nothing's really too exciting. Back in D1, there were times that if you got a legendary, your day was made. Like, I got a legendary, let's go drop. You see the purple thing drop. And then if the day that you got an exotic, dude, you screeched. You made a noise that you can't replicate. Not even on purpose. Like, you're like, oh, you know, I got it, what is it, what is it? And then you'd look and it would be like something cooler than whatever you had. So it's like, they're giving us too much stuff now where Ingrams are no longer exciting. Primes and pinnacles are just a what's the word I'm looking for? They're a chore. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to level up.
It's the power game. If anything, you're more worried about the number of the power level.
Anyway. Yeah, if I go into trials,
exactly. That's the power number now.
Yeah, more than the roll. If I go into trials and I get armor, it's gonna roll under 50, which is crazy. So it's like, what am I doing, right? What am I going for? What's my goal? And I think that's where a lot of players are having a hard time, and they're trying to find, your purpose. Are you loot farming? Are you trying to get?
I want to go into the next one here. Is so you're mostly a PvPer. You played VOG. Now contest mode is gone. Are you going to play more of the raid to get the roles that you want from the raid, or you're going to be like so often? Like how do you feel about it now after experiencing what you experienced?
So the raid for me is very nostalgic. I'll go back into the raid just purely for Vex. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll give it a solid like 5 tries, like for Atheon to get Vex. I will probably get a good roll Fatebringer. So like as for Fatebringer, all I'm looking for is opening shot explosive.
Okay.
If I don't get it, like I'm sure there'll be times where I'll just like find someone with the checkpoint. Will I go through the entire raid just for funsies?
Right.
Probably never.
Okay.
Because it's just things just don't seem as worth it because.
Well, being that you're a PvPer, this kind of stuff really doesn't do much for you in the PvP game, other than the Fatebringer with explosive rounds and opening shot.
Yeah. I'm thinking of trials. I'm just thinking of trials.
Yeah. Okay, that's what your mindset is. All right.
He doesn't care if anything's fun. He just wants stuff. He doesn't care about fun. He hates fun. Matty hates fun. It's just a fact.
I like having fun.
You heard it here first.
I've had fun in a long time. But if they opened up Venus, like if they went, hey guys, we actually opened up all of Venus, I no joke, I'll be doing patrols. Like I enjoy PvE. I enjoy just hanging out late at night, just having a moment, enjoying the scenery. Because Destiny's really beautiful. It really is. The music is
absolutely
nice. But I'm lacking, 100%. Man. Like the reason why I'm stuck in the PvP corner and just kind of repeating the same old thing is because there's a lack of new beautiful things that I will kind of want to go into and have fun. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
You need to get your seals. Do you have all your seals done?
No. I can answer that for
him. My back is hunched, my skin is turned green, and I'm a PvP gremlin at this point, just because that's the most excitement I get out of this game at this point.
That's what all of us, if you main PvP, do. We do all the PvE stuff to get stuff for PvP, to bring into PvP. We look for the PvP roles. We look for what's going to be good in PvP, and once we get them, we don't normally go back into that activity. I mean, I haven't done I haven't really done Last Wish much recently, but Garden, there's nothing good PvP wise. DSC, there's not really anything good PvP wise, so doesn't really
GMs, right? Like when the GM was Palindrome Adepts, there was a lot of PvP.
People were flooding into there because it's such a good PvP weapon.
Yeah,
and I haven't done a GM since I got my Palindrome. I don't see the need for it. I haven't even done Hung Jury. I don't need Hung Jury. I don't need it. It's just pointless.
I went in. Yeah, I went in. That's the last one I did. I got Hung Jury. I went to go test it out, and it just was a little disappointing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rifles in general just are not in a good place, man. Like, I love Hung is one of my favorite weapons, but
Yeah.
like the way the state of scout rifles are right now, like I'm definitely in no rush to.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
Vision and Confluence now beats it in every aspect.
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. Vision, as far as PvP goes, it's cheeks. I mean, if you're
Oh, of
thinking,
course.
if you go into PvP and you're like, hey, I'm feeling a little scout rifle, I pray to God you got dead bands with the catalyst, and it's free. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like scout rifles. You take out dead man's and then you'll probably go Mida, but
Mida, yeah.
Jade
Yeah.
Rabbit, maybe.
I love Mida.
Jade, yeah. Jade Rabbit.
I got to Legend 2 seasons in a row by only using Mida and Beloved. I'm not even
you
kidding.
dirty bird. You dirty bird.
And it was fun.
I would have bagged you.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. I would
He'd be honored. He'd be
I like to
honored for
consider it
that.
pure, amazing, non-confrontational skill.
There you go.
have my thumbnail and put that in that Discord.
I
Fatty.
have broadened my horizons. Now I shotgun all the time with my Astral, and then I use.
It's funny because I was in Iron Banner. As much as they try to nerf shotguns and Fellwinters is still running rampant. I was rocking Ace of Spades and Fellwinters.
Well, that's because there's no other shotgun that competes.
They can try to nerf it as much as they want, and it's still probably the most popular shotgun to use.
Astral. I mean, I you know what? It's funny you say that. So like, I make these Destiny YouTube videos, and then what I'll do is I'll go on Facebook. I joined every single Destiny Facebook page, and I'll just post, hey guys, have you seen, you know, whatever it is, right? And a lot of the times, like, people get like, you know, I'm not gonna stop, but like people get pissed off. They're like, oh, another YouTuber showing us what's broken. Bungie's now gonna nerf it. Thanks for ruining the fun. And I'm like, guys, like, Bungie don't care, you know. First of all, and second of all, a lot of people talk about, like, they're like, well, the meta is so bad, you know, I keep getting shotgun, I keep having these tryhards running at me shotgunning, and it's jump backwards. You know, just take a couple steps backwards and you'll be fine. The
Just
only
recap
shotgun
'em.
that has a little too much range or can map will be Fellwinters, but at the same time, that is one of the most unreliable shotguns. It will whiff.
Oh, absolutely.
Times you'll do a 3v1, you'll beat two of them, and you're like, let's go. You'll jump up, you'll aim for their head, and you'll shoot, and just ghost bullets.
Just a squeak sound goes off.
And the guy kills you and then bags the hell out of you, and you're like, ah, like, what happened? So I don't even know where I was going with this, but you know, I think shotguns have their place. Honestly, I've been using a lot more Astral. I don't know if you guys are using it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Astral is
main Astral.
fantastic.
Like Astral and Igneous, not Insignious. Igneous Hammer.
If you guys rock Hunter,
I run those constantly.
Dragon Shadow, it just takes away any quick draw nerf. You just dodge, and you're literally a speed demon. I mean, you know. So, I'm happy, you know. But
As long as you're happy, Patty. As long as you're
yeah,
happy.
well, like, that's the problem. Like, I'm happy, you know. I'm upset about sword peeking and cheaters and stuff like that. But when I post these videos, it makes me realize, like, there's a very, very large player base that is so not happy playing that our population is crazy low in games like Trials and stuff like that, and they might just stick to GMs. So it's like, I think we need to think of a way where everyone can be, everyone will never be happy, but a majority base where they go, okay, I enjoy Trials, I enjoy GMs, I enjoy doing strikes, because I used to enjoy doing a lot of those things, but slowly I, like I said, turned into a gremlin.
So real quick, I want to, because this is something that you're really passionate about, as you spoke about earlier. We talked about VOG and stuff like that, how our day ones and stuff went, and our experience with that, and our thoughts. But you dipped into YouTube, and you've been pretty consistent and you've looked at it as pretty important to your growth. Share with us your experience with YouTube and how you look at it, why you YouTube, and what your content and stuff like that focuses on.
Sure. So I tell a lot of people, sometimes I get DMs from newer streamers, and they say, Matty, how do I grow on Twitch? I go live. So I think I saw someone say they went live 7 days a week. And I was like, listen, man, you are hurting yourself. Because as for discoverability on Twitch, there is none. You might get raided, and to be honest, when you get raided, 90% of those people are leaving. The 10% might lurk, might hang out, but eventually they're going to start phasing out.
And you'll never see them again.
You'll never see them again. And that's okay, because the people that you got rated by, they're not your community. They don't know you yet. They haven't, it's not really like imagine if your mom just shoved you in front of someone and went, hey, meet them. And you had the opportunity just to kind of like ghost away, right? Most of the time you probably would. You go, I know this guy. So I think what's really, really important is stream 3-4 days a week and try to work on content from your stream on other platforms like Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. And I think YouTube has the highest discoverability. It's hard. I mean, like I don't want to be too brutal about it, but like streaming and content creating, like I try to take it as if I'm averaging tens of thousands of viewers and that I'm getting paid at a tremendous amount of money. I stay up very, very late and I go, hey, I gotta edit this YouTube video. I gotta try to make it quality. What did my last YouTube video lack on? So I'm kind of just now starting on YouTube for the most part. Like if you look at it,
Oh, I am right now. I'm on it right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So I have 100,000 subscribers. Most of my videos kind of go between 100 to 400 viewers, right? It's how YouTube kind of starts in the beginning. You'll put in a lot of effort for very little kind of reward, I guess. But over
unless
time,
you're Mr. Beast and start some random channel.
Yeah, and then it just blows up. There is times where people start YouTube channels if they're a bigger Twitch streamer and their Twitch or their YouTube takes off right away, and that kind of bounces back and forth. But if you can get your YouTube growing 2, 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers and your videos are getting a couple thousand views and you're putting out actually good content, you're going to increase your viewership by a lot. You know, I don't want to name names. I remember I look up, so what I do is I look up to other streamers. I see streamers that go from 100 to 1,000 viewers and I go, how did you do that? So then I'll look at their YouTube channel. I'm like, cool, they started this YouTube channel about 7-8 months ago. So they averaged 100 viewers on Twitch. They started a YouTube channel. They started posting kind of Destiny related content, weapon reviews, whatever it was, right? Voiceover stuff, kind of the stuff that I'm doing right now. And over the course of 6 months, their videos kept getting more views. And slowly, I don't know if you guys ever look at Twitch tracker. I'm on that sucker like every day. The viewership will rise because people from YouTube, because that video's there forever, it's gonna bounce around people's recommendeds forever. People might eventually go, let's see if he's live. Let's go check him out. Let's see if I like this guy's content. And you'll go from 100 viewers to 500 viewers to even 1,000 to 2,000. And eventually, I mean, a little bit of luck is involved, but put in an immense amount of work onto YouTube and your Twitch will grow in that sense. So that's my mentality. That's a little bit long. I apologize, but that's kind of
no, that was great insight.
It works.
Because I mean, I figured that's why you were using it. You're using YouTube as discoverability to bring everyone over to your live stream, and that's what a lot of people do. And that's what I mean. I've tried to dive into as well too, but I'm just a busier person IRL than most. So
yeah, Matty doesn't do anything. He just sits around all day.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of hidden videos. So like, I started a year ago when I was like, I streamed from January to May before I got into Destiny and before I kind of took this very seriously. I was streaming Valorant and I was like, I'll make Valorant videos, right? That didn't work. I played Overwatch for like a little bit. I made an Overwatch video. That didn't work. I wanted to get into streamer help videos. I made 2 of them and I was like, well, I don't want that to be my brand. I don't want to become Harris Heller where people are coming in and the only things I kind of get is like, hey Matty, why is my stream stuttering? So I moved on from there and then I started kind of making Guardian Theater videos that were funny, but those don't come in too often. So it takes a lot of failures before you kind of figure out what you want to do. But if you keep at it and you kind of sacrifice a little bit of sleep doing it, I think eventually something good can come and something great can happen. But it takes a lot of work.
Well, people sometimes only see like from the objective point of view. You know, they see, oh, he made a 5-minute video or whatever. This probably didn't take him very long. All he did was record a gameplay and do a voiceover, and then bam, you're succeeding on that. And then people don't see you have to get that content. You still have to do your all your IRL things. You still have to stream on schedule. You still have to edit that YouTube video. You still have to make a thumbnail. You still have to do a voiceover. and then bam, that video took originally what 8 hours, but it's only 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
You know, they don't see that stuff. They only see is a successful 6-minute video.
They also don't see the thumbnail that you said thumbnail, and that's like way bigger of a deal for like specifically like gaming and Destiny related content, because there is so much competition on YouTube. That thumbnail has to be like top notch. Like that's the biggest thing that
it's a billboard for your channel. Like,
exactly. Well, yeah, it's a billboard for that video, and if the thumbnail's not intriguing, then no one's gonna click on it. And then you got the title and stuff like that, and then you got to think of, you know, you have to think of content. You simply have to come up with something that is your topic for that video, talking points. Stop saying in all of your voiceovers, and I mean, and just like it takes a lot of time, and a lot of people only see, like I said, the objective part of it. All they see is the thumbnail. All they listen to is the voiceover, and they just like, okay, that's easy, you know. And then
it's the same thing that goes into streaming. I mean, a lot of people, I see a lot of angry people sometimes. They say it's just luck. It's just, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, if you don't put, I think what's really important, and I was talking to someone about it not that long ago. I actually got interviewed by a website. There was a really nice guy hit me up on Instagram, and we talked about this, and he goes, what's the most important equipment that you have? And I said, well, if you're just starting, I would, and maybe you don't have a camera yet, but something about audio. If you can make your audio nice, and it doesn't have to be like a Shure SM7B, but if you can have like even if it's like a Blue Yeti, but you make sure that your voice in the game
sounds crisp.
I mean, it doesn't have to sound perfectly crisp, but as long as, because I hopped into someone's stream earlier today, and their game audio was a little high, and his audio was like almost, you could not hear him, and he was trying to talk with chat, and I had to raise up my volume.
It was
all the way
Maddox.
max. It was Maddox. But like audio, and then once you do get a camera, make sure you get your lighting correct. Make sure, you know, you get your things situated, and really put in a lot of quality into it. I think that's really important. You know, if you don't have overlays, I know Stream Elements has free overlays. Try to work on that. But I think I said something a while ago, and this has to do with Twitter as well. When you're doing a go live tweet, BMW would never do like, hey guys, check out our new M series, and then just put a link, because no one will click it. So if you're ever doing a go live tweet, either make it a photo of yourself, something funny, or clip, something that has to do with you that would catch someone's eye to go, oh, he is live. I'm making a sandwich, I'll check him out later, or you know, whatever, screw this guy, or maybe they want to come in and check you out. So
or just keep scrolling.
Yeah, so like I see a lot of going live tweets, and sometimes it's like, hey, I'm live, and they'll just post a link, and I'm like, listen, you gotta add some spice.
I'll be honest, I click on 0 people's links, and I probably never will click on a link, but I'm happy to know they're live.
No, yeah. I mean, generally it's for like the community that follows you.
Yeah.
Generally, your community's gonna like see it on Discord. They're gonna see it on Twitter.
Right.
Twitch notifications has been a little bit off. Some people will come in 4 hours later and go, I just got notified. And I'm like, let's go.
Let's
like,
go.
Yay, here's the raid. We're raiding someone now.
Yeah. So it's like, it's sometimes hard to get the word out that you're live. So it really does help when you stick to a certain schedule. So people go, oh, it's Tuesday at 3:30 in the morning. You know, someone's live. Whatever it might be.
Well, I love how this turned into a Destiny podcast into how to grow on Twitch type deal. But no, and this is helpful information for anyone, because a lot of people that listen to us are streamers themselves or aspiring people that want to grow, and that's grateful information. And it's something that I think all of us here have lived by is doing all those things, having high quality content, having high quality streams, and doing our best to create content in other places. So, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Heck yeah, dudes.
You're awesome.
We seriously, that was such a like. Obviously, we're running out of time here, but that was such a fun conversation. Like, I don't know if you guys. I mean, the people that are listening. I don't know if you're listening through audio, you're watching live, you're watching on YouTube. Matty has a very soft, nice, calming voice, and I appreciate it. Like,
I appreciate
thoroughly.
I mean, I almost fell asleep, so I mean, yeah.
It's that soft. And next time I'm in LA, which I'd probably never, I'm gonna come to your house and kiss you on the lips. So
Maybe if he shows up to GCX next year.
Dude, do you guys think they're changing the dates? Because the dates aren't on the website anymore for 2022.
Is TwitchCon happening this year? No, right?
I don't know.
What's a TwitchCon?
TwitchCon is a thing
It's
that
sarcasm. It's
Oh.
sarcasm.
happens- Whoa, whoa.
Got
we don't do TwitchCon around here.
You guys going to E10?
What day it is?
What's E10?
E10 these nuts. Got him live on stream, baby.
Welcome to the
perfect.
Destiny Nerds podcast, episode 20. We're gonna restart. I'm just kidding.
There you go. Another hour.
Muted the whole time.
Sorry,
Matty, it's been a pleasure, bro, because me and you have been friends for a while now, and just being able to play games with you and not only get like grow as a content creator, but listening to how things you do and incorporating in my streams as well too. And it's been fantastic knowing you since we've met, and just appreciate you and all the knowledge you've shared with me as well too. So
You've actually helped me more than you know. When I first hopped into your stream, I saw that camera. It just pushed me to get a nice camera, and then
there you go, baby. I'm the
owe
reason you have a Shure SM7B.
$500. You owe me.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I'm the
buddy,
reason
sure.
Maddox has a Shure SM7B.
He's the reason I'm still streaming. Let's be real.
You guys can split the cost.
There you go.
I'm not paying
Sounds
you
good.
anything. I'll pay you with IOU 77 gifted
And
subs.
hugs. And hugs.
77 gifted subs.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir. Hey, all right.
Oh,
Well, dude, tell us where we can find you, what you're working on. Like, just this is the moment where you shout yourself out like there's no one's business.
I always feel awkward doing that.
Do
do
it.
it
You
anyways.
have to, or we're gonna literally kick you off of here and never
never
let you come
coming
on
back.
again.
I will real quick before you do this. I will say you are on the verge of partnership. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but you are, and I wish the
Yeah,
best
your
for you,
average
because
viewer is going up.
when you get partnered, we're gonna have you back later on in life, and you're gonna have a check mark next to your name, and you're gonna be this YouTubing boy. You might have an ego and say no to us. I don't know yet. We haven't figured that out.
Why would I get to the point where I'm like really big? Like I know nobody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
if-
fuck you.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait till you ego us, because then I'll just
Yeah.
do something really bad to you in real life. Just kidding.
Show up at my door.
goodness.
I was
Well,
gonna say
we
it,
just, like-
but I can't say it on stream because it's illegal.
Yes. We've had a lot of people on here that we ask them what they're working on, and then we want to have them back later because we know that those things are going to happen because of all the people we had on here are really just driven individuals. So you fit right into that group. So again, we just appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you, man. Things I'm working on, technically, it's YouTube. I have something planned for the fall, but it's gonna take. I mean, it's gonna be like October probably. And I have something planned probably for the next few months that I want to show you guys that is gonna be exciting. So I can't say it, but oh man,
Something to look forward to.
I can't wait to show you, man.
Heck yes, baby. Maddox, where can we find you and why, and what's your name?
Twitch.tv/Maddox. Everything else is Maddox on Twitch. I have a fantastic announcement planned for Tuesday when we go live at 7:30 p.m. EST. We're going to be returning with scrims.
At 7 on that day, right before yours, I'm gonna take.
Oh,
your
that's
life.
bullshit.
Dude, we should change
bullshit.
Maddox's name to Maddox on Announcement Twitch, because this dude's got an announcement every week.
I do. Dude, I just live
Hey, I'm
for announcements.
Maddox, and tonight at 7 p.m. you got to come listen to my announcement.
He wants to build a hype, man. He's got to build a hype.
But no, on Tuesday we're returning with community scrims. All the VOG stuff is dying down, so we're gonna get back to our original content of scrims. Big announcement before stream on Tuesday, and then next Saturday we are having a 24-hour charity stream, and that starts with a charity tournament called Trials Perfected. It's going to be a 3v3 elimination tournament, and anyone can join. It's going to be just raising money for St. Jude. We're going to be casting it on my Twitch channel. But that's going to be the start of the 24-hour stream. So our goal is going to be raising $2,000.
Nice.
And just having fun doing it. We're going to be doing some raid challenges, getting some seals, just having a lot of fun playing Destiny, man. And so I invite everyone to come hang out on Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. EST. So,
Okay, so you'll be here Sunday.
yes, I will be here on Sunday as well too. Yes, we have a very
I'm
exciting guest. for
I'm gonna
next-
say, listen, keep listening for like 2 more minutes, because if you listen all the way to the end of this podcast today, I think we might give you we'll let you know who the guest is if you guys are cool with it. Because if they waited,
It's fine with me.
if they waited this long, they deserve something. I always
I think
like listening to podcasts and they give you that little gift for listening all the way to the end.
I think we should do that every time now. I like that.
Sweet. Havoc, tell me
If you listen
about
this
you
long.
and where you live and your address. I'm just kidding. Shout yourself
I
out.
live in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a Cancer, so.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, as for my schedule this week, you can find me at twitch.tv/xhavoc83x. My schedule this week is going to be kind of everywhere, especially since I got this shot and I'm starting to feel it right now. So we'll see how I feel the next couple of days. I've started to drop down my stream schedule a little bit and doing a lot more content creating on my YouTube as well. Kind of better way to get more eyeballs on the content instead of streaming 6 nights a week. I think I've dropped down to like 3 or 4. But yeah, for this week, more Destiny. I'm still continuing my playthrough of Resident Evil Village. I'm like halfway through it. So yeah, that's the what to expect this week and next. So you can find me at xhavoc83x on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, the whole shebang.
Awesome. Well, we did it. Episode 20 is completed. My name is Bearded Luke. You can find me at twitch.tv/beardedluke. I'm currently in the middle of the weirdest season of my life. So honestly, I'll stream. Just follow me on Twitter and you'll find out if I'm streaming. I don't know when it's going to be or if I'm going to be making YouTube videos. I officially retired from Pokemon Rip and Chips. They're done. So
Yeah, I was asking how that go Friday.
terrible. No one bought anything. Like
heartbroken.
literally no one bought anything for an hour and a half. So I just opened all the stuff and said I'm retired. So I'm done doing Pokemon. I'm just going to buy every once in a while. But it was fun while it lasted. The hype's over. I'm going back to... I even archived all my Pokemon stuff on my Instagram because I wanted to be back to filmmaking. Anyway, so I'm gonna be making some YouTube stuff eventually. I'm in the the busiest section of life right now. I just filmed 7 weddings in a row. I just finished filming a 5-month documentary. Episode 4 of that comes out this week. I'm putting in chat right now. I don't usually do this, but I'm putting in chat right now because I want you guys to see this because I freaking worked really hard on it. This is episode 3 of the documentary that I've been working on, and it's about a card shop. I'd suggest going back and watching all 3 episodes on that channel, and it's interesting, to be honest. It has nothing to do with video games, but it's interesting.
Have you ever filmed a wedding and then lost the footage somehow?
No, never, and I never will. Knock on wood. Don't even say that. I hate you for saying that.
I know.
Why would you
God
say that?
bless it. Yeah, we thought we were gonna have you back, but you just
Yeah,
screwed
dude,
it,
you're
so.
done. I do not even want to talk to you ever again. I'm just
This
kidding.
was my first and last podcast.
That's it. This is it.
Wait, this is your first ever podcast. That's right. Is that right?
Oh,
That's awesome.
hi. Dude, always
forget
remember
about
us. Don't forget
about
us.
us whenever you're partnered, okay?
Whenever you're on
I
a
will.
different podcast, don't
whenever you're
at
invited
all
to the
the
Bungee
ones.
Summit.
Don't
Yeah.
at,
When you're invited to
They're
the
gonna
Bungee
go-
Summit, let us make sure you
They're gonna
thank us
go-
as well too.
Oh, well, who was your first podcast? I'll go. I don't even find this might
Destiny
be
Community Podcast.
the
maybe?
one that you're on. You just tell everyone that's your first podcast.
it. This one. I'm gonna say that
My
now
first
from now
ever.
on.
Oh man.
Dude, and
Oh,
Maddie
man.
wears rings, so that's we already know. So
You don't like rings?
I love rings. I just am not wearing them right now. I usually have one right here, but I've been really hot
Yeah,
lately,
you-
and it's my fingers get too thick. I don't know if that means anything to you, but anyways, you can find me. You can find me in those places: twitch.tv/beardedluke or YouTube. Just search Bearded Luke. So you listened.
little treat.
Yes, you listened all the way till the end, and we're really excited that you did that because next week's guest is awesome. Like, not that our guests now aren't awesome, but we just got a really big guest next week, and I'm pumped about it.
I'm in.
I'm really pumped about it. This, you want to say it, Maddox? You seem like you want to say it.
Oh, I sure.
He's drilling. He's drilling.
Our next guest for our next week's guest on Sunday at 10 p.m. EST is going to be Evan F. The Mr. YouTube himself. Yes, sir. It's gonna be a big one. I've never spoke to the man before, so it's gonna be exciting. I really
He's a
excited
nice
to learn who he is and what he does. So
I'm very pumped about it. For whatever
sweet man.
reason, he's been really nice to me ever since I started doing content. No idea why. He's rated me multiple times and just is nice to me. So I think that helped get us to. I just hit him up and he's like, "Yeah, well, I'd love to be on there." So we're gonna talk with him. It's gonna be a big episode next week, and I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped for you guys to meet him because he's one of the nicest, most unique dudes. And he was born in 1997, so I'm older than him.
97. He's a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah, he's a baby boy.
Wow.
I'm older than him. I win.
Maddox
I
is
think I'm
usually the
older
baby.
than.
How old are you, Maddie?
I turned 28 in October, and my chat keeps
You're
calling me
so young.
boomer.
So I'm
Just
20. I'm
young.
28 already, so I'm older than you.
Well, like this is the thing, man. Like I stream, and like people in my chat are like 13 and 14. They're like boomer.
So you're the John Cena of Twitch.
Little kids.
Yeah.
Havoc
They're
is
like,
born in
"You're
1983.
rich." And I'm like, to you, I am.
Well, dude, thank you so much for being on here tonight. It was an
Yeah,
honor
man. We
to chat
appreciate
with
you
you.
being here.
Man, it was fun.
We wish you the best.
You're gonna play games with me this weekend?
No.
No, he has too many cards to run without you.
He just looked at me and said,
Do you think
no,
do you think people get the views from playing with you, Maddox? Get out of here. Come on.
Right? Yeah, I have no clout whatsoever.
I actually have a pro tip. Get yourself one of these. It's a calendar.
He literally,
Okay.
I literally asked him to play one time. He's like, "Let me check my calendar."
Look at that. Oh man.
I do it 2 weeks out. Look, I have it. I
Let
have
me
it
pencil
here.
you in, Maddox.
All right, mark me in.
This is
mark
way
me
too
in for
serious.
Saturday.
This is way too serious, bro.
Ask Maddox.
Mark me in for next.
Bro,
not the
I
next
should
Saturday.
start making
Yeah,
a
next
calendar
Saturday,
for.
24-hour stream.
I should start making a calendar for making graphics for this podcast on time.
Oh my gosh, that'd be wonderful.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. This is episode 20. I love you so much. Make sure to listen to this on any podcast app available, Apple, Spotify, or you can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch the VOD until it goes away. You're all amazing. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddox and Havoc. I love both of you. We'll see you all next time.
you.
Good night.